The verb to work serves, or of course you can say works, as an expression for both active, purposeful action and for a passive, unconscious function. The general conceptual meaning of both options boils, however, down to the fact that someone or something is the reason that something will or will not happen. In the latter case, the existing order is maintained through a working element. At the same time, there is a certain element of purposefulness. Someone or something works because someone wants to get a result. For example, a log supplied by someone can work, while a tree that grows by itself cannot, if it does not serve as material for someone else's purposes. Accordingly, river water can work to create electricity in a hydroelectric station, for example. So work embodies the human desire to arrange and appropriate the world, to make it more understandable. Thus the world becomes more comprehensible the more artificial it is. We are simply more accustomed to being in the belabored environment of the cultivated. This, however, brings us to the paradox of our own understanding. The more we, while creating, try to understand, the more we move away from understanding that has already been created before we got involved in the matter of fact in question. So the more refined the artifacts we create, the weaker becomes our connection with true nature. No matter how complex in its structure a park is, it still does not surpass a forest in terms of the structural diversity of its elements of the whole, being perhaps more refined, but still it's, you can say, a derivative of a forest. Speaking about parks, the English park forms an intermediate phenomenon with a mixed character of natural creation and human organization. Thus, natural growth also takes place in a classical French park, where natural elements are maximally subordinated to the symmetrical geometry of the organization in which they are included. The same is the case with all our concepts, which in their essence are also product of creative activity, that is, the result of some kind of work. In brief, one might say that culture is the accumulated transformative work. Successful work is carried out by aligning its constituent elements, that is, in the form of standardization. This means that the nature of such activities is distinguished by a great monotony and simplification of forms in comparison with natural phenomena, which we will analyze further in our next session.